peeps, what do you say? This is Keith DiPiazza coming at you from the dreaded man cave. Oh, there's a pretty sight. Look at that. My wonderful B3. Is she pretty? Okay, enough of this crap. Hey guys, today's episode is what exactly is a workstation and what does it do? Alright, now a lot of my fellow keyboard players already know that answer. Some of them may not. And so I'm going to answer that question. I'm kind of gearing this out to a lot of people who watch my Facebook page. And a lot of them are non-musicians and are fascinated how I can make all this music just by myself. Well, it's all done on a workstation, all right? And so I happen to have several workstations. I have, over here is the oldest one. This is made by a Sonic. This is the MR76. And this is a really cool workstation. Really nice. And then I have in my live keyboard rig, which happens to be set up in here right now because I haven't played in a couple weeks. But I am playing this weekend. Blah, blah. And, but anyway, these are a Krome Ex. The top one's a 70. The top one is a 61, and the bottom EX is a 73. All right, and both of these puppies are workstations. All right. I also have the original Phantom. This is the FA76. All right, that's a workstation, and down here's my baby. All right, and this is the one I do 99.8% of my writing on. Alrighty, and this is called a Korg Triton Studio. Alright, and this is a 76 noter. Alright, and this is my baby. This is the one I do everything on. Alright, so I'm going to put my camera on a stand, and we're going to talk a little bit more about these. This thing's a pain in the ass because I have a homemade setup that I mount this onto a mic stand because I'm too cheap to buy a tripod. Okay. And move this puppy over here. And that should be good. Okay. Okay, now, one thing cool about the workstations is, okay, my chair's all up. They're pretty much a polysynth. All right. They also come in piano versions. All right. This is semi-weighted. All right. But I prefer the semi-weighted because, you only need piano action to play piano. But if you're doing horns and other stuff, you want a lighter action, especially organ or stuff like that. They do great organs. Example, let's bring one organ up here. Alright, now if you notice, it has a drum pattern on it. Alright, so it's got a lot of nice sounds on it, and but basically what a workstation is, it's like a reel-to-reel recorder, you could say. All right, you got 16 tracks that you can record on. All right, and and it works like that. An example, another thing here. Let me show you another cool thing this puppy does. Is really has like nice guitars. All right. Have you ever heard of a keyboard doing strumming guitar? Pretty cool. All right, and so it's got sounds like the ass, and it does them really good. Um, a cool thing is another keyboard I had was a Kronos, and I had a Krome Ex, and I bought that because I thought it would be the successor to the Triton, but the Kronos does all type of wonderful stuff and everything. It's got 9 engines built into it and all this other stuff, but it don't sound as good as the Triton. The Triton just blew it away, and I found that the Kronos was basically hanging out underneath the keyboard cover for 2 years, so I sold that and bought something different. I'm gonna have your coffee. So getting back to the workstation question. Now there's various type of keyboards you can create with. One type of keyboard is called an arranging keyboard. And a good buddy of mine, Billy Solomon, he's mastered that. He uses a Korg arranger keyboard, and the things he gets this thing to do is phenomenal. All right. I like the workstation keyboards better because I handwrite everything. All right. Now, I'll give a good example of what a workstation does. Now, say if you have a song in your mind that you want to record. All right. Well, a workstation kind of works like a reel-to-reel, but it does some other cool things. Like, I'll tell you what. Let's get started. I'll show you exactly. So I hit the sequence button. Then I'm going to do a drop in, and I'm going to load in a template. All right, and basically, a template is a group of 16 sounds and effect settings that you can just call up real quick. A good example, like track 6. Has a really nice setting. Wait. It's got a nice. So it's already set up, so if one of the sounds I pick and I want a nice delay, I'll remember that's set up on track 6. But each track has a different see, the drums got They have a different effect setting and a different EQ for it. All right. Now, say if you want to do a song. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch in a tempo. All right. I'm just going to say 100. All right. And the first thing I do is I give myself a drum click count off. All right. So it's like someone hitting their drumsticks together. All right. It's like that, but it's okay. So that's the first thing I'll do. Okay. And if you hear, all right, so I'm ready to start the song. Now, I already recorded that. So technically, I can't record anything else on that track. But if you go into preferences and say overdub, now I can record as many times as I want. All right, so I can do. All right, so I can really. Now, say I'll do something else here. All right, and I can record again. All right, do it again. All right, now put bass and snare in. All right. So now, so if that's what you like to do, all right? Well, the next thing to do, you go to your next track, pick a bass. All right, so we're going to find a nice bass, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with a all right, so we'll do something like that. All right. All right, so now say you want to get some guitar, go to track 3, go to 3, and I don't know what to do, but here, I'll figure something out. Ah. A little off tempo there. All right. Now, I'll see if you want to add some piano. Try some Wurlitzer. Now, you can even do horn hits. So you get the picture. So you can just keep adding and adding and adding and adding and adding. And so you can create a song. Another thing is, what if you mess up? All right. Here, I'll give you a good example. Oh, that was ugly. All you got to do is hit the compare button. That erases the last thing you play. Very cool. And this is basically what a workstation does. All right. It's like the reel-to-reel. But one thing that a reel-to-reel don't do is you can keep overdubbing on one track. On a reel-to-reel, you record that one track and that's it. All right? All right. But you can keep stacking on one track, providing that you use the overdub feature. All right? And you can overdub as many times as you want. You can record 16 tracks. All right? Also on the Triton, you could also pop in 2 audio tracks, all right? And also, this workstation here has a CD burner in it. So you can put a CD, you can save everything on a CD, you can play a CD, and you can burn your final product onto a CD. All right. All right. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm currently working on a blues song, and I started it yesterday. And it's a song called "The Blues Is My Business, and Business Is Good." And so basically, all I do, I hit disc, all right, and I say load, and I just drag this all the way down to the blues and load it. Now the sequence is loaded, all right. And this is something that's kind of well, it's not done. I recorded it up to the solo parts. Now another thing too is, like, remember that little thing we just did as a demo, that little jam thing. Say if we ended it out at maybe 30 measures. Well, now you want to add to that. What you can do now, there's a couple things. Like if you're writing a song, so say if the verse, say if it has a double verse, well, you can copy and paste that verse, then add it and paste it into the second verse, all right? And you can copy and paste things and put things anywhere you want. But also, you can sequence blocks at a time. Say if you go to 20 measures and you quit, you did your bass, drums, guitar, keyboards, all right, then you're going to go from 20 measures on to do some more. Well, what you could do is just go up here and type in 18, all right, and say enter, and it will start you at your 18th measure. And when you get, by the time you get to your 20th measure, you're ready to start creating again. So that way you don't have to keep going all from the beginning to the end. So they're really quite fascinating of all the stuff they do. Now the newer stuff, like the Kronos and the Krome Exes, they're a little bit more modern. They do even more stuff. All right. So, but we'll have a little fun here. This is more of a completed sequence. This is "The Blues Is My Business." This is something I've been working on. Now, if you notice, now I got the horn parts in there, and check one. And matter of fact, I'll do a little bit for you guys. Such a cool song. example, this song ended at 54 measures. Now I can go back and continue this song. All right. So the next section is a solo section. So it ends at 54. So we'll just take it back 52. All right. Now I had some baritone sax going on in there, but let's go back to so I can go back and I can start recording a rhythm, and then I can continue on the song. And then also, if I want to, it's all the verses are the same. I could actually copy paste everything. You know what I mean? So I could keep adding. I don't do that a lot because I handwrite the drums. So if I keep handwriting the drums, they have more of a human feel rather than a copy from the first verse to the second verse and the thing. But that's why I like the workstations. There's so many things you can do on them. And now a lot of guys, they have a system they call DAW. DAW, they call it DAW. And they're all computerized, all right? I like buttons and I like knobs and sliders and stuff like that. So I'm old-fashioned. I'll do that. Then actually, after I complete a certain sequence, then I put it into my Tascam recorder. All right, this Tascam's 24 tracks. And what I'll do is I'll mix this down real good, and I'll put this in the 23 and 24 stereo. Then I can go back and I can put my B3 on, and I can maybe have a friend come over and put some lead guitar in. And usually, if they don't come over and I get pissed off, I want guitar now, I'll do my own guitar, because I got this puppy. Or I got leads on my EXs or wherever, and I'll put the horn sections in or whatever of background harmony, and so I'll use the Tascam to build everything else up. But basically, this is what a workstation does. All right, so you could be a one-man band with these puppies, and so I hope that answers a great question. These are great to use on stage. They're fine performance keyboards. Now, the Kronoses and the Tritons are heavy, all right? That's why I use the Krome Ex's out, all right? They give you all the performance shit out that you need, all right? But all the other stuff that you would normally use in a studio, you don't need to take that out on the gig. And that's why these keyboards are, I think, the 61 is 15 pounds. Wait, the 61 is 14 pounds. And the 73 is maybe 16 pounds. They're under 20 pounds. They're super light, all right? And they all got the touch screens and all that stuff. So, well, wrap this video up for you guys. Ask that God may bless. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Rock on, fellow keyboards and non-musician friends. Yes, yes, yes.